When it comes to memory techniques, you need to fail because that's how you learn and grow with memory techniques. But a lot of people like to ask questions. But there's nothing wrong with asking questions. I love to answer questions. Look at all the videos I made. But there's a difference between actually trying to apply a memory technique, then asking someone for help, compared to not using any memory techniques and asking someone for help. So for example, let's just say I'm trying to learn the Declaration of Independence. I'm like, man, this would be really cool to learn. And so I might ask someone who knows memory techniques, hey, how would you learn the Declaration of Independence? Now, of course, I would go through and explain this is what I would do, X, Y, and Z, boom, done, right? Now, let's say this person has actually tried to memorize this. So they went through like, man, there's just so many words, so many different points. I couldn't keep everything straight. Maybe I was using like the wrong method. I'm not sure. And so now they ask, hey, Johnny, how would you learn the Declaration of Independence? So I'll explain the exact same thing. I'll do X, Y, and Z. But the difference is here. So when someone actually tries to apply memory techniques, then they ask someone else for help, they get a better understanding of how memory techniques could be used. They're like, whoa, I didn't think about using memory techniques in that specific way. Compared to what I was using, it might work in a different situation, but this other person does make some good points. So let me try to combine what they're doing with what works for me. And so they're that much better off, right? Because they failed initially at trying to memorize the Declaration of Independence. Now they got this outside source. They're like, okay, that's how like someone else would do it that's really good with memory techniques. Let me see if that would work, or do I still have to modify it? Let me do my own flair to how I would use memory techniques for the Declaration of Independence. Now, if you just ask the question, how do I memorize this without trying at all you get is my version of how to memorize the Declaration of Independence. You don't really get a better understanding of how memory techniques work, how they apply them more effectively, or anything, because you didn't put the work in to actually try it. And that's the difference, that you need to fail before you ask for any help, because you're going to become better. You're going to develop different perspectives on how to look at problems, because the hardest thing when it comes to solving any problem out there, not just using memory techniques, is you only have your perspective, right? And so you get so bogged down by that, like, okay, this is all I could see. And no matter how hard you look at something, that's the only thing you could ever see. But once you get someone else's input in, you're like, whoa, I didn't know that was a different way of thinking about something. Now how you actually apply and think starts to change a bit, right? And so the same is true for memory techniques, that you do want to go through, try your own methods, try your own strategies, and then if you fail, ask someone else, okay? So that's what I mean by not failing, that people just like to get the solution to that one specific problem and that's it. But when it comes to something else, they're not able to memorize it because they relied on that one person's answer. But if they failed themselves and they got that person's answer, like, okay, wait, no, last time I did this, but Johnny did this that one time. Okay, maybe I can apply something from what Johnny taught me here, but let me use this one thing I like to use a lot when I use memory techniques. Boom. Now you're actually getting somewhere, right? Because you can actually start memorizing all the information outside that one specific question about that specific information. So that's the difference, and that's what you want to reach, that level where you're able to use memory techniques in a completely different way. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.